Good evening and welcome to We the People. When India's Army Chief General VK Singh took the battle over his age, what exactly is his age, to the Supreme Court, many thought it was an unprecedented disaster for the relations between the military and the civilian administration. The general said this was not a matter of prestige but a matter of honor. It was a case that either way, no matter which way it ended, would have an abiding impact on the relations between the army and the civil administration. The image of the army, as well as the general perception among many people, the General VK Singh had got confused between a personal battle and an institutional battle. The verdict ended with what General Singh's lawyers described as honor restored for all sides. Many others believed that General Singh had lost the battle. The court basically disposed of the petition, saying they were only concerned with what his age was in the service records. On We the People today, is this a story that has ended in a ceasefire or a lost battle? What are the lessons to take away from it? Is it a case that's been mishandled by the government? Why has it come to such a boil? And what impact will it have on the image and the morale of the forces going forward? Let me start, if I can, with Manish Tiwari from the Congress. Manish, many would believe that the problem actually lies in the fact that it got to this point at all. Why did it get to a point where the army chief, and the army remains easily one of our most loved and respected institutions, that the army chief has to knock on the doors of the court, whereas this is a matter that ideally should have been resolved politically by the defense minister in talks. Those talks were attempted. There were several talks held between Pranab Mukherjee and the army chief, for example. So why did it get to this point? Why does this government want to be at war with the army?
Well, Barkha, if you permit me, I think it's really a classical service issue which has been blown out of proportion. It's really a storm in the teacup. Now, there is a certain gentleman who feels that his age should be X when it is recorded as Y. So therefore, he tries to ventilate that grievance through whatever channels exist. And when he finds that his grievance has not been redressed to his satisfaction, he decides to knock at the door of the courts.
You're saying it's a personal battle. Are you suggesting it was a personal battle and not a battle of the army?
Therefore, I don't think that it was really a breakdown in civil-military relations, or it's going to have a deeper or abiding impact. A breakdown in civil-military relations would be, for example, if the army chief was to authorize a covert operation without the sanction of the civilian establishment, or for example, if the army was to do a Kargil and then the civilian
We're not in Pakistan, so that can't be the only barometer of a breakdown. We measure our breakdown slightly differently.
So therefore, I don't think that this is really a breakdown in civil-military relations. It was a classical service issue. It's been blown out of context. It's really a storm in the teacup.
That's not an answer to my question.
So the answer to your question...
Why did the government allow it to fester like this?
Well, I don't...
It's a festering wound.
I don't think the government allowed it to fester, Barkha. For example, if you try and address an issue, and if the other gentleman feels that it is not being addressed to his satisfaction, then obviously, you know, in a democratic dispensation, I don't think anybody can take away the right to knock at the doors of the court. Now, whether that was the right thing to do, whether propriety called for him to actually go to that extreme, you know, I do not want to enter into that domain, you know, since the Supreme Court has already ruled on it. So you're saying it's a
minor matter? In your view, it's a minor matter?
According to me, you know, it gave the media a lot of news time, but beyond that, I really don't think it was anything more than that.
NDTV's cricket app, Android and iPhone, fastest scorecard, special analysis, and much more. Download free. ndtv.com/apps.